Do what you can without a team. And here's what I experienced is once you start doing what you can and you get some traction, you have no problem finding people to help you. Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast, where we find amazing people that did amazing things, but we didn't really find amazing people for this episode. It's just us.
It's just us.
But we are accomplished entrepreneurs, right? Doing our thug thizzle. Hopefully you're doing your thing out there as well. And I think this segment of our podcast is really for the beginning entrepreneur that is trying to figure it out. And we just kind of get on here and give you the game. So, I guess we did find amazing people because we're amazing.
We're amazing.
Absolutely. So,
and we are achieving.
Tell me about your week, Ms. Wiggins.
My week has been awesome. Mm-hmm. I have, this week I've taken a lot of me time to the point where I almost felt guilty. We'll talk about that. I almost felt guilty.
You felt guilty about taking me time?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because of the size of my goals.
Because of the size of your goals, you felt guilty about taking me time.
Yeah, like I took an unusual amount of like me time, do nothing time.
Oh, so you felt like you were choosing like laziness or something over your goal?
Yeah. I needed that moment to reset, but I definitely felt like it felt good and I'm happy about it. Like I'm on track again now, but I definitely intentionally took a lot of me time. I did a lot of TV watching. I took a few naps. I had some phone conversations. And
with a man? The way you look like that? The way you look like that. I had some phone conversations. Anytime you add that into your wins, it must...
I talked on the phone more than usual, watched TV more than usual, and I took a few naps. So that was really, really good. Even with that being said, we had a record-breaking week in business.
But you're still $10,000 away from your goal, and the month is drawing near.
Yeah. What do we have?
So how do you feel about that? I mean, all that me time.
Which is why I'm feeling guilty today.
You're behind a little bit.
Yeah. So we had a record-breaking past 7 days. But as we are drawing to the end of the month, I believe we have like 2 or 3 days left. Mm-hmm. And I'm $10,000 away from my goal. Mm-hmm. And so I spent time this morning like, man, maybe if I would have done some work last week instead of taking this me time, maybe I'd be $10,000 ahead of my goal.
That's a fact.
Right? But I'm not worried about it. We got 2 days to get it done. Mm-hmm. And it's...
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, what's more important?
Yeah.
Because actually, the $10,000 away, it won't, obviously, you're not going to end the month $10,000 away.
No.
We still got a few more days. But that time that you took is probably going to help you go over and above next month.
You think so?
Or all year, I think. Yeah. I think it. I mean, you shouldn't feel guilty about it, but you should feel pressure because you set a goal.
There's pressure applied,
and you should. You know what? I do. No, I'm not letting you get away with that. You should have not taken that time off. You should have scheduled that time as a reward for hitting your goal for the month.
Well, so if we're using that mindset, could it have been that I took that reward already, or I took that break already as a reward for hitting my goal last month?
No, you wouldn't have taken it this deep into the month.
This is a fact. Like, who am I to have the audacity 3 weeks into the month to just say, shut it down? I'm taking a break. But I did. And I know that I'm going to achieve the goal. It's just that 2 days away, I shouldn't still be going for the goal number. The goal number should be done, right? The goal number should be done at this point in the month.
Back into network marketing.
I fell back into that MLM mindset.
If you ever been in MLM, at the end of the month, you go super hard to hit your number.
Yes.
But yes.
It's going to get done. So, in fact, I have an amazing sales team. They're on it right now. Mm-hmm. And I put out a bonus reward for getting it done, to get it done. And
okay. All right. I mean, it's $5,000 in 2 or 3. We got 3 days, right? What's today?
It's $10,000.
But I'm saying, what's today? 20.
Yeah.
We'll do the 28th. Okay. So we're recording this the 28th. I don't know if it's coming out tomorrow because I don't know if they can edit it. But the 28th, which means we got the 28th, 29th, and 30th. Hold on. What month is this?
This is
April.
April.
30 days has September, April, June. 30. So we got 3 days. Am I the only person that sings the jingle to figure out? So 3 days, it's $3,300 a day.
Yeah, I'm not
Go
worried.
crazy.
I'm not worried about it. I just, because I am in this position, last month we were having a different conversation at this time. Yeah. We were there, we hit it, it was done.
100%.
So I could have slid, and I didn't feel guilty when I was taking the break. It's just today, realizing that I'm 10 grand away from the goal, it's like, man, if I didn't take that break, we'd be 10,000 ahead.
Yeah. Don't beat yourself up, though.
I'm not going to beat myself up. I do. I work hard. Do I work hard? Do you feel like, first of all, let's get to that. How was your week?
It was cool, man. I don't know if here's I guess, a secret to success that I found out later is that it's not about how hard you work. It's about how strategic you work, how you manage your schedule. It's more about prioritizing. Mm-hmm. Because the busy work, right, Jay? We was talking about you was up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I don't really do that anymore. Only because I'm able to condense my efforts into a smaller amount of time, which makes me more productive. If I got all day to do something, I waste the whole day. But if I have an hour to do something, that is a very intense hour. And you don't have intense hours when you got all day to do something or all month.
Yeah.
Right? So, I had a really relaxing week, as you can tell by my shorts above my knees.
Yo, real quick, shout out to David Shands for looking like the summer camp counselor right now.
First off, there's some 4 black college shorts. This is how all the kids dress.
I love it. Yeah, and you look like
not kids, but like the trendy, the 23, 24. They're the 23-year-old is looking like, yo, he's out here lit with shorts above his knees. No? How old are you? You're 25.
Is this lit?
But I mean, no disrespect. Your outfit isn't as, you know what I mean? You're not out here litty. I'm not saying you don't get fly, but it's just.
Does he get fly?
Right now, he doesn't have room to talk to me about, about fashion. I'm lit. Okay?
Okay, so I don't dislike your outfit. Your outfit is cool. You just look like the summer camp counselor.
I look cool.
And you know what I love about your outfit is that you are supporting your brand. Mm-hmm. You are supporting Support Black Colleges, another brand. Mm-hmm. And I think this is your brand too. I can't see. Yep, this is your brand. So, we're walking around wearing ourselves and our friends. Not me today, but I had you and Corey on yesterday, I think.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
No doubt. Oh, and if you want us to wear your brand and shout out your brand, all you have to do is send a DM.
Yeah, send a DM. I'll send you an address.
Here's the thing. Don't hit me with the, yo, bro, just want to send you some free clothes. Because what you're really saying is, I don't want to just send it to you. I want to send it to you so that you can wear it and you take pictures and I can take the picture and run an ad with it or show my other friends that these cool people are wearing the clothes. So what you have to do is apply to be a sponsor. Mm-hmm. Sponsor. So I don't know how much it's going to be.
He just came up with that, by the way.
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm trying to help you hit your goals.
Yes.
Anywho.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe we'll do it on Instagram Live now that I have badges.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, you got badges now.
I got badges.
Oh, shoot Donnie some badges when she goes live. So let's talk about that though. Let's talk about that. What does that mean? You got badges.
Badges are, you know what they are, but for everyone else, badges are a monetizable way. Badges are a tool for you to monetize your Instagram live videos. Mm-hmm. So when you're going live and Instagram has determined that you are now eligible for these badges, people can tip you for information, for the value, right? Because we work hard on these live videos and we're giving away free game that we really sell somewhere else. And I believe it's like $2.99.
But you know what? It's the same game we've been giving out for the last couple of years. We just didn't get paid for it.
We just didn't get paid for it.
Do you know what they're doing with these badges?
No, tell me.
They're making you a slave.
Are they forcing us to show up to do this work for these tips?
Yo, they're giving us this little incentive. Okay, so here's how it works. The platforms are incentivizing people to be active on the platform so that we can keep people on their platform. So if I go live for an hour and there's 200 people on there, I'm telling that audience to stay on Instagram. And then Instagram, Mark, he pays us and says, yo, you know what? You should do that again at some point. You know what? I give you some money. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start going live more often because you know you can monetize this live. He got us.
He got us.
He got us. So, yeah.
What do you do with your Instagram badge money?
Yeah, it just goes in the account with the rest of it.
With the rest of it.
Nah, at first I was, it was cool when Dre was pregnant. Every time I got off live, and they don't pay for like another 30 days or something like that. But I get off, I'll take that money and I'll send it to my wife to buy some stuff for the baby.
Nice.
And then I stopped doing it. I wonder why I stopped. Dang, that's selfish.
Now you should send it to her to
really
buy some
do
things
it now, right?
for her.
Yeah, but I'll be taking care of her. She's good.
She is good. You've been putting a bag on Dre lately.
Not really.
Oh, yes, really.
Yeah, she did just book a couple trips though, like just out of nowhere. Like, okay, what's your schedule? This is how she does. She asked me what's my schedule for this particular time frame. I'm like, oh no, maybe we should go. She frames it with a maybe we should go, which is she's really saying this is where we're going.
This is where we're going.
No, but to answer your question, the week was really good as an entrepreneur. Just elevating, going bigger, going harder, just being around another group of people that are doing the same thing. So I'm excited.
I have a question. So getting back to this hard work, because this is a conversation that I've had like with friends. We have really, really big goals. Really, for me, I don't know about you, but for me right now, it feels like I work way less, but make way more.
That's a fact.
Right? I work way less, but work way more. And when I used to hear that, I used to think, that's BS. That's cliche. And easier said than done. Yeah. I used to think, well, you probably had some other things working for you in the background that allowed it to be that way. But no, I literally work less and make way more. And I don't want someone to misunderstand what that means, right? I don't want somebody to be like, oh, I don't have to do any work and I'm going to make a whole lot of money. It's about systems and processes and strategy. Like, I think what you're selling, what the value is, makes a big difference. And then what are the supporting systems that make all those things work in the background? Like, literally, you've seen my calendar. Until about 4 months ago, 3 months ago maybe, my calendar was full every 30 to 45 minutes with sales calls.
Yeah.
And hiring a sales team has given me back like 6 hours of my day.
How do you find a sales team? Because I need one.
You do?
Yeah.
Me.
So people come to your company and then you hire the sales team for them? Really?
Yeah, I hire and train them.
Do you have an affiliate program? Because I just shouted it out.
Do you have an affiliate program?
I thought you were going to give it like a strategy or something, but you have a whole team.
Yeah. So I actually find and train that's part of what my agency does, right? So this is not coaching services. This is the agency.
Gotcha.
And so we hire and train your sales team.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
So if you need somebody, if you need a sales team, just send me a DM and we'll hit you up and set it up.
We'll hit you up.
You know what? As you were talking about like working like this, and as you were saying it, it really started to like run in my head of my own process. So I think a lot of us value money more than our time, which is why we work so hard and make the money. Because if you make some money, you keep the money and you're excited about the money, but you keep working hard to make the money. But through my process, what I did was, when I left the cheesecake, first I'm making the sales and I'm making the money. Then I open a kiosk. I'm there all day and I'm making money. So what I did was I took some of the money that I made and I hired it so I paid it out so I can get some of my time back. I had less money, but a little more time. And then that process kept going until I just had all my time and I was still breaking even. But then eventually I started making more money, but I had more time to enjoy it. Likewise with the morning meetup, I'm making a certain amount of money and then I take the money from the morning meetup and I hire somebody. I don't want the money, I want the time. Because if we could put profits back into the business and the system, that makes our life a lot easier. Third example, when YouTube started paying me, I started hiring more people. So I would set up a camera, then I go in there and I'd edit the podcast, I put it out there. But when YouTube started paying, I took all the money and I said, okay, I'm gonna hire somebody to do that part. So now we're getting it done, but I have less money, but I have more time. But then I was able to build more money on top of that time freedom in the same system. So I always roll money back into getting my time back.
Yeah. And that's something that I have been wanting to do for so long, and have been trying to do, but finally having those right pieces in place to get the time back. And here's the thing, you only take a hit temporarily, right? So you make the money, you go out and you get some team or some systems, right? And systems aren't just machine or software. It's how things work. You go out and you get people to help. You invest back into your business, and I took a hit the first month, right? Because all that money could have been mine. But giving me, my sales team, giving me back those 6 hours, the first thing that I did was just caught up on rest and, things that I needed to do. And then that 6 hours coming back to me every single day, I use like 2 to 3 of them now to make my products that are already out there better. Like, so I went in and improved my course, which was already great, but it could have used, like, some things have changed, especially like with Facebook and how we market and all that good stuff. So it was, I went in and I had the opportunity to go in and update those things. And then I had the opportunity to really see my business from the outside looking in because I wasn't working on it. And then I said, oh, there's a strategy I can use here to make this better. And there's a system I can put there to make that better. And so when you have that time back, you're essentially still using the time in a much less complex way, but for much more important things. Right. And your money grows significantly.
100%.
Significantly.
Yeah, it's, I think that was just the biggest key. Like, you have to work. So this guy asked me, say, yo, who's a part of your podcasting team? And I didn't even realize it. I didn't think about it. But I'm like, he's one of my clients too. So I was like, all right, well, Donald, he kind of quarterbacks the whole thing. He makes sure that we hit the particular dates when it's supposed to go out. Monday and Thursday it's going out. These short clips, when they go out, he just kind of makes sure. He used to do like the editing and all that, but he quarterbacks the whole thing. Mark, I pay him to do the audio. He's an amazing audio engineer. When the plane flies over, you can see between now and before, it's not as loud. And he just makes the audio just sound amazing. And then we have Sed, who chops up the clips for like the hot takes, which are the re-release short takes. So we have an hour and a half episode. He'll take 12 minutes and re-upload it on YouTube, which YouTube pays again, right? Because some people don't want to watch the whole thing. So that's Donald, Mark, Sed, Jovan runs the Patreon. So he's not running the Patreon. Jen does like generally everything in the business. Travion, he does all the thumbnails. Trey Joyner, she manages the YouTube comments and stuff like that. And kind of just like some back-end stuff. So it's literally 7 people that I pay to run this YouTube. But it used to be me. So it'd be me, I make money, I keep the money, but I took the money and I said, let me pour it into other people. And what happened was, when I was free to just do my thing and go network and I have more time, I can make more money on top of the time that I have. And that's how it grows. But we're just in that phase as entrepreneurs where we're just grinding, doing all that we can because we want every dollar.
Yeah.
But you got to pay it out.
You got to pay it out. Like, people want...
Oh, and David, I'm sorry. So David is running the ads. He's running the ads on Facebook that's going to run the numbers up to... We need 10,000 followers on Facebook so we can monetize our Facebook page. And he put the campaign together and he's running that. So it's 8 people. And I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. 8 people. Yeah, 8 people.
Yeah, so you have to release some of the money that you're bringing in.
Let go of the money.
You got to let go of the money.
Anybody struggling with that? Anybody have an issue with that? Like as you think about it, your process, we just take the money and I don't want to hire because I ain't got that much money to be. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Did you have an issue with that?
Yeah, and we can talk about it too. We got the mic. You just have to like raise up that audio. But were you making a point?
No, I mean, just essentially
you weren't making a point. So you're saying you forgot your point.
Okay, first of all.
If you forgot your point, it's okay. We need to be a real podcast.
First of all, I didn't forget what I was about to say.
This, go back. She was about to say something I interviewed.
I didn't forget what I was about to say. I wasn't necessarily making a point. I was making a comment.
Are you stalling to kind of come up with
what I
was going to say? Sometimes on a podcast, you forget your point.
Sometimes.
No, I think that's just a part of growth.
Yeah.
Just identifying money, time, money. There's a company, and it's so crazy because I don't know if I can do it. It's $2,500 a month on retainer, and it's probably 4 or 5 calls a month. And I was talking to Neo, and I was like, dang, I don't necessarily want to do this call. But before, I'd be thinking, yo, $2,500. You think about this, $2,500 a month for 4 calls. Would you take it? You'd take that, right? But now I'm like, what can I do in those 4 hours that would generate me more than $2,500? Mm-hmm. It's still so manual. And it's on demand. And once you realize that your time is more valuable than the money somebody can pay you, you'll make more because you don't hold money in this super high regard where I got to do whatever I have to do to get it. So we're about to do this ad, right? So Aaron's about to give me $2,000, right? Was I pressing you about the $2,000? I was like, yo, let's go get the $2,000 right now. I know my value. So it's going to be cool. I'll tell him about it. So I got to record an ad, and the ad's probably going to take me a good 2 minutes. So I record for 2 minutes, $2,000. Now, the ad is probably going to make him way more than $2,000 because that's just how our ads work. In this podcast, we got a big audience. But I would have, if this was like 2 years ago, I would have like, all right, well, send the money. All right, meet me right now because I don't want him to change his mind. Mm-hmm. But now I just value my time. Whatever's on my schedule today, that's what's most important.
Yep.
Money will come later, but you guys are never going to like really go up in terms of making money until you really start realizing how important and valuable your time is.
So I think it's important to understand how to even get to that place, right? So if you're an entrepreneur, you're wondering, well, what are the things that I can cut out? What are the things, how do I know what to delegate? That's a big, big issue for a lot of entrepreneurs. Sometimes we have a mindset, I know I did, you probably did, that nobody can do a particular role as well as I do it, right? So I used to think nobody can do sales calls as good as me. Nobody can outline the flow of my course or program as good as I could. When the truth is, when you have great training in place, people can do things as well as you do. So in order to determine that you are delegating some or what type of things you want to delegate, the first thing that I would do is write out a process sheet. And this is something that you can do simply on like a Google Sheet. And it is, if you go into Google Sheets and you create columns and you create like the task, right? So column A would be the task. And in column A, you're going to be writing down every single thing that you have to do in your business. Every single thing, from phone calls to replying to comments on social media, to replying to comments on YouTube, to shipping and billing and following up with past due billing, whatever those tasks are that you have to do every single day to make your business go. No matter how big or how small those things are, write those things down in column A. Mm-hmm. In column B, write down whether this is a growth task, a work task, or a busy task, right? So a growth task is something that actually it's a growth task, the work task, and a busy task. I think I said that. So the growth tasks are tasks that are going to grow you, right? It's going to bring you more exposure into your business. Identify what these tasks are. They're going to bring you more exposure into your business. It's going to be how you post reels on social media. It's going to be your Facebook marketing or your YouTube marketing, whatever those growth tasks are. Your work tasks are going to be tasks that people have paid you already to complete, right? So if you have a course and there's a live Q&A, the live Q&A is the work task. If giving people access to the course is something that you're still manually doing, that is a work task. If you have like the morning meetup for you, is the work task, right? And then the busy tasks are things that need to be done, but they're busy. So it's going to be things like applying for your LLC. It's going to be things like calling a software company to troubleshoot an issue, things like that, right? These are things that need to be done, but it's busy tasks. So you identify, number one, what the tasks are. Number two, column B, what categorize these tasks. Then you want to assign in column C a department. So is this a marketing task? Is this customer service? Is this billing? Is this operations? What kind of task is this, right? And then ABC in column D, you're going to define whether it's something that you can delegate, something that you cannot delegate, or something that needs to get done that you hadn't started doing yet that you can delegate, right?
I like that.
I
like that.
And I actually...
Categorizing your activity.
You categorize the activity. Sure. And here's why it's so important. It's so important because when it comes time to figure out who you need on your team to help you, you now have it categorically organized. And I can see that, well, let me go ahead and highlight and block off the things that cannot be delegated. I have to do these tasks. I have to do my live Q&As, right? Because that was a part of the program. I have to do my group coaching. I cannot delegate that. So all those things I'm going to highlight, and I usually highlight mine like in a gray so that I know that so my mind doesn't go to it and I know that these things are not optional. I have to do that. But then I'm going to highlight like in green or whatever color you choose, everything else that categorically fits. So now I'm going to highlight all of my can be delegated things. Okay, now let me look at these can be delegated things. Of these can be delegated things, are these mostly admin tasks, customer service tasks, operations tasks, tech tasks? Wherever they're the most of, I'm going to go for that person first. Let me get the most off of my plate that I can get off of my plate. So if I see that I have a lot of customer service things, a lot of email responses, a lot of text message responses, a lot of this or that, I'm going to say I need customer service first. But if I see that I have a lot of integrations and a lot of website updates and a lot of price changes and digital stuff, I need a tech person first. What's going to first free up the most of my time? I'm going to get that person first. I either choose the person who's going to free up most of my time first, or the position that's going to generate the most revenue first, right? Yeah. Either of those two things. Because if you free me up some time, then I can go and generate more revenue. If you come in and you're a revenue producing role, then you're giving me my time back to go and support all these other systems that'll help you be more successful in generating more revenue.
Or help you, or if you have more money, you could take more money to hire some other people.
I can hire somebody else. So it works either way. So I'm going to start with either, and it depends on what's most pressing for you, right? So if you are an entrepreneur and you eat and sleep through your business and you don't have a lot of expendable income, then I suggest that you hire for revenue generating work first, right? Sure. Make that role monetizable. But if you have a little bit of money reserved and you can afford to say, I want the time, then hire that person who's going to free your time and then figure out how to make more money and then get more money, hire the second person and continue that cycle until you've got your team.
All right, look, I know you're enjoying the episode, but I got to tell you, finally, you asked for it and we created a Patreon, okay? We created an inner circle. We have amazing stories, amazing information, the how-tos from the episodes. The only thing we're missing is a community. So it's about that time. We put together a Patreon, we put together a community because we have to have conversation around the information. So even this podcast we're listening to right now, there needs to be conversation. I want to hear what you got. I want to hear what you got. Like, let's throw some stuff back and forth. And because we're like-minded, we're all going in the same direction. When we connect in a community, we can connect on other stuff outside the community because we're building real relationships. Okay, so check out the Patreon. We got 3 tiers. I don't care what tier you join. The support is appreciated. Okay, thank you so much. Now back to the episode. Let me tell everybody too. There are some of us that are listening to the advice, and you're not at a level. Your schedule and the things you got to do aren't even overwhelming enough to even consider hiring anybody. Their schedule, their Excel sheet is like I need to at least ask 10 people to buy my product today and go live.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed and I got to delegate. No, our schedule is full of just a whole bunch of busy stuff that we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so some of us need to just get out of the mindset of hiring. You need to, if you don't have a product yet, and you're like, oh, I need to hire somebody to run my ads. You don't have a product yet. Maybe you need to sit there and kind of learn marketing.
Yeah.
And like, at least do like an organic sales. Build your, do what you can. That is my biggest advice for beginning entrepreneurs. Yeah. Do what you can without a team. And here's what I experienced is once you start doing what you can and you get some traction, you have no problem finding people to help you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You won't. Mm-hmm. I've never really just grinded and nobody came and said, yo, I love what you're doing. How can I be a part? That's never not happened.
Yeah.
So if you're working, you'll find somebody. Look, set all this stuff up by myself before. I had an idea to do a podcast. I had no money coming in from the podcast to pay nobody. I'm just like, yo, I'm about to come in here. I'm going to call Donnie, say, you want to be a guest on my podcast? Let's go. Let's shoot an episode. I interview you. I set it up, break it down, take the cards, go home, edit it, take the clips out for Instagram, upload it on YouTube, then upload it on the podcast platform. I did everything. Mm-hmm. And what happened was people started saying, yo, my man Donald, he said, yo, man, I see you doing a podcast. I think you could probably work with that audio a little more. I said, really? He said, yeah, man, I'll just rock with you. He didn't even charge me, but he liked it. He was listening to the episodes. He's like, yo, that plane be flying over you. It just sounds crazy. Or we can adjust these levels. And I said, okay. And then we started making money. I said, Donald, I'm going to pay you something, bro. Mm-hmm. How much you want? Because I started making money. And Mark, who now does the audio, he calls like, yo, I just want to do it, bro. Mm-hmm. He's like, yo, the plane still sounds crazy. That right there.
That plane right there.
But he's like, yo, man, I've been watching it. I've been following, man. I'm a big fan. He's like, yo, I just want to do it. And I decided to pay him. He didn't ask for money. Mm-hmm. He just wanted to do it. Yeah. But because I was doing everything that I could, so Jeremy, if you're going to do this podcast, you need to just start banging out podcasts. Get to 50 episodes. Get to 100 episodes. You'll find somebody that loves what you're doing because they'll believe. It's very unique. It's very hard to find somebody that's really going to do the work without excuses. Mm. It's hard. Mm-hmm. And we are the people who we always use excuses and we can't get anything done. So when we find somebody that's doing the work without excuses, I want to follow that. Mm-hmm. They're following you, not even the thing that you're doing. They're following you because they like, yo, how does he do it? Golly, how does she just keep going? And I want to be around that vibe. I want to be around that energy.
Yo, if you are someone who's looking to build your brand, don't sleep on giving value. Just giving it. And guys, we've got a live studio audience right now.
She couldn't even fight through it. I knew she was going to stop. I'm like, all right, well, it's quick. Oh,
no, that's the third time.
Is it really?
Yes. So please turn your volume all the way off. Don't sleep on giving value. As you're talking, I was thinking about my own process, and my very first assistant literally came to me and said, I just want to help. I just want to be on your team. I just want to help. And she did that for about a year, and I was able to then later start paying, right? I thought about it from an employer standpoint. But now I'm thinking about it from the standpoint of how I built my own business. Mm-hmm. I literally have given so much value to people. I will see opportunities that they're leaving money on the table or opportunities where I can make something easier for them, right? And I would just say, hey, David, you need to do X, Y, and Z. With you, for example, we would have conversations and I say, no, you need to do X, Y, and Z and da-da-da-da-da. And then you hired me to be Dre's coach, right? With the credit company, I'm like, yo, there's things that I see that you could be doing a little differently. Let me help you. And then that person hired me to come on and, you know.
You be turning your clients all the way up too.
Yeah.
You be turning your clients all the way up. Like that is, I know, I be seeing it because I know some of the people you work with. I'm like, dang, Donnie, you going crazy. So yeah, kudos to that.
Yeah, but that's really how, even to this day, I built my business. Like that company, they brought me on to handle their operations. We can fast forward through a lot of clients. You introduced me to Wall Street Trapper. We were having a very simple dinner at one of my least favorite spots that you seem
so
to
crazy.
like a lot.
The only reason we got together is because I thought y'all be cute together. That was really the only reason I did that. It wasn't like, yo, let me let you meet Trav. He a good business. I'm like, yo, he's single. Dottie is having a hard time finding a man. We need to y'all. And I mean, y'all cool. I'm glad y'all work together now, though. So, the only reason I did that.
I think there's tears coming in my eyes.
I thought that was
Trap. First of all, I'm so sorry for that embarrassment.
Oh, Josh.
So anyway, we met for dinner. And my heart is beating so fast. That is so embarrassing. That was wrong of him to do, wasn't it?
I'm just giving my thoughts. I didn't say y'all go together. Nothing. That was my initial thought. I'm like,
do you know how many people put that in our comments? What you just said.
Oh, about you and Trav?
Yes. I don't know. But that's not gonna happen. Trap and I do business together anyway. But let me get back to the point. The point is, it is okay to give value. First of all, you threw me all the way off. Because I'm looking at Aaron over there too, who puts me in group chats like, you need to date my friend Donnie. People be hitting me up like, yo, Aaron put you in the group chat, said you were single. I'm over it. Let me go to my ginger beer real quick. I need to.
All right, this is a segment of the episode where we do Q&A. Okay, so we got a live studio audience.
Jesus Christ.
Relax. Are you getting giddy?
Yes, I am. Really? I'm like blushing.
Oh my God.
First of all, you know how shy I am.
Yo, Dottie is super shy too. Like, so this conversation making her uncomfortable.
Yes, it's making me so
I do random, like it'll be random people, like it's not like a specific person.
You've never said somebody's name.
Anyway, sorry. Anywho, any questions from our studio audience? Because you guys are business owners, beginning business owners, trying to take it to the next level. So just take that audio up, to the third, wherever the other ones are. All right, what you got? Let's get to it. It's going to be okay.
All right.
I did not put him up to that.
It's okay.
Okay.
We apologize.
Thank you. On his behalf. Jesus Christ.
I don't think I'm sorry.
Hundreds of thousands of people are going to see this, and now they're going to be in my DMs like, yo, you should, because they already are, and I don't know where it comes from. Mm-hmm. And that's not the move.
Could be a sign. It could be a sign. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you said for people who aren't generating a ton of revenue right now, it could be best to hire a revenue generating role. Would that be on like, A, did I hear that correctly? And B, is that like on a commission type basis? Or like, what's a good way to go about that?
So that's different for every business. It depends on the model of your business. Generally speaking, if you are strapped for cash, then yes, commission is an ideal way to go. Whether it's a commissionable role that's, where you're providing the leads and they go out and generate revenue, they close sales and you pay them a commission. You can also set up like an affiliate commission where they generate their own leads and they're paid a commission, that way. Affiliate commission is really great too. You can do flat rates, right? To say, hey, this is the work that needs to be done. This is how much it pays weekly or monthly. It depends on the financial health of your business.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that answers it. Thank you.
There it is. And I would say that everything's negotiable. And what helps is always painting the picture of where you're going. With everybody that I hire, I always paint the picture of where this thing is going.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times they'll work with you on price because they catch into the vision. They're a part of the vision. I've often given people options. I could pay you this, or I can give you a percentage of what I think is going to happen. And then you make the decision. So typically the percentage is going to be a lot more like later, right? You'll be locked in. We could do this thing together. So I, talking to somebody, they were going to put together a course for me. And I'm like, okay, what's your cost? And I said, cool, I could do that, no problem. Or I give you a 10% of all the sales that come through this. I strongly believe I'll make $1 million off of this course. 10% of that is $100,000. Now I can pay you the $4,500 or the $5,000 that you want to charge for the course. I can, but now the ball's in your court. If you believe in it, then the more you believe, you'll be like, yo, I'll just pay it. Like if you got the money, I'll pay it because I don't want to give you $100,000. I'd rather just give you $4. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have the bread and you're doing the work, and you're more confident in the way you talk, you start looking people in their eye, and you say, yo, I'm going to make $1 million off of this course. And here's why. I've done the research. There's not many people doing what I'm doing. And there's so many people that need help with this. Mm-hmm. I'm going to find an ads person. So I might not have a whole bunch of followers, but that doesn't matter. If we can put the right message in front of the right people often enough, they'll buy it. And they're not looking at an Instagram count. Mm-hmm. They're looking at, yo, this is going to solve my problem. Mm-hmm. So how's this partnership going to work?
What did that person decide?
They wanted the percentage. Here's what's crazy. I said, what? He wanted like 5% or 3% or something like that. Because I said it, I didn't flinch because I believe it. Now we're not going to do it because I'm going to have somebody else do the course. And the conversation got weird and confusing for a second. But yep. Anyway, but I've had that happen over and over and over again in terms of we partner and there's a percentage involved, but I just say it with so much confidence. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a challenge with a lot of entrepreneurs because even when you're talking about your business, like I don't see the vision.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Like when y'all start talking about your podcast, like, oh yeah, I'm going to drop next month. We're going to release it in June. I'm not excited about that.
Now, let me ask you this. Did that same strategy work before you became
100%.
a known brand?
Absolutely.
And so there's somebody who's watching and they're like, yeah, but I don't have any social proof. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to do that. How do they negotiate that type of relationship? Who would they negotiate those things with?
Whatever you need. Mm-hmm. I worked at the Cheesecake Factory as a server. True story. My best friend is in the military, Brandon, and in the Navy, he was an E5 or something like that. I guess that's pretty good, right? He was making good money. I'm a server at the Cheesecake Factory, and I have this idea. We're going to do Sleep is for Suckers. We're going to build this t-shirt brand. And he had no problem investing some money because it's going to come right back. Based on what I told him, I work at the Cheesecake Factory. There's no evidence that I'm going to go make millions of dollars. But when I talk about it, when I say it, you feel something because I believe it.
Yeah.
But when I hear a lot of us talk to me about your idea, I don't feel anything.
They're unsure.
You're wavering in your conversation, or I'm asking you specific questions, you don't have the answer, which tells me you haven't really done research, you haven't really spent much time. It costs you nothing to be convincing when you talk about what you do. Mm-hmm. So my man, Jerome, so he was overseas, and this is the 2000, maybe 11, probably the same year I started, 2010. He was overseas doing contract work. You know, they make money. Mm-hmm. My man was just buying clothes like left and right. He would just give me money. Actually, I think he gave me some of the money to open up the kiosk. Mm. He's believed in it because I was doing everything that I could. And you want people to look, you want people to think, even in network marketing, they say, yo, I'm about to tell you about this business. I'm going to go make a lot of money. And I just wanted to make sure you knew that I asked you so you can't come back later and say, I never warned you.
Exactly.
But you can't say that smiling.
Right.
You can't say that like, yo, I'm going to go make some money and do you want to come with me? Yo, I'm about to go make $1 million in this thing. If you want to roll with me, you can. But I just want to give you the disclaimer. I want to tell you because you're my best friend. I want to let you know because I care about you. And when I go make this money, like you're going to have to do the same thing I did from the beginning. I'm not just giving you a handout because you're my people. I believe in this thing. And people felt it while I was working at the Cheesecake Factory. I give this same presentation while I'm at work with my friends. It's so crazy. There was a photographer that worked at DTLR, shouts out to Kim. I'm working at the Cheesecake Factory. My first models were my coworkers because I talked to them just like that. We're both in the same position, but I'm telling them I'm not going to be here long. Hold on one second. Let me go refill this drink from my table. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to develop that confidence. Anybody else before we get going? Because I want to change my pants.
All right, so my question is, how did you get to the point where when you first believed in yourself enough to literally have everybody around you believe in you before you believed in yourself? Like, what actually triggered you to actually believe in yourself that much where you started telling everybody about your belief that hasn't happened yet at the Cheesecake Factory?
How did I begin to believe? Man, that's a really good question because I always believed that, like when we was playing WBA basketball, like I believed we would win. You know what I mean? Like I knew we would win. I'm looking at the team. Yo, I got a good point guard. I'm gonna go drop buckets, and I've always been like that. So it's not like something happened, turned on. I instantly believe in myself. I just did. So I don't know if I'm the right person to answer the question, but one thing that helped with my belief is me setting smaller goals and hitting the small goals. So my goal was $100 on my off days. What truly, truly impacted my belief was making that $200 a week. I say when I wake up, I'm gonna go make $100. I'm gonna go sell, I was selling t-shirts for $20 or something like that. I'm gonna sell 5 t-shirts and I'm going at it. I don't care where you live. I'm taking this raggedy car. I'm gonna drive and go drop off these shirts. And then I did it day 1. I'm like, oh, I could do it again. My second off day, I made $100. This ain't a huge goal, right? But I did that often enough. If you do that 3 weeks in a row, on the 4th week, do you not believe that you're gonna do it the 4th week?
Yeah.
And if you made $100 on your off day, could you make $200 at some point? You could believe in that. And then you could believe for $500. Then you could believe in 1,000. You could believe in 100,000. Had a 6-figure month. And now I'm talking to my boy and he said, yo, we could have a 6-figure day because all my friends are having 6-figure days. And I'm like, okay, how do we do it? And I talked to somebody who did it and I'm like, oh, wow, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, well, all you gotta do is this, this, this. And I'm like, all right, let's go. And me and my friend, we're gonna have a 6-figure day. And I'm gonna say we're gonna have a 6-figure day within the next 60 days. Ideally, we're gonna have a 6-figure day this Sunday. We're looking for it. I believe it, 1, because I hit my smaller goals, but 2, I'm borrowing my boy's belief, especially because he did it.
That's it right there. So for me, in the very, very beginning, the only time that I found that I didn't believe is when I was operating in somebody else's lane and not in my own, right? It's hard to believe in something that's not for you. And when I was trying things that looked good on other people, I found it hard to believe. But when I started to operate within my lane and doing things that I knew I was good at, well, I know I'm good at it, so I believe in this, right? And then what ends up happening over time is you start to cash in on that belief. That belief starts to produce results. So, okay, I've got one result. Great. Now I need to believe in something else in my lane. I've got another result. Great. Another result, another result. And now because I'm getting these results, people are coming to me now and they now need me to help them believe in a thing. And so now I'm starting to analyze other people's ideas, which is how coaching starts. I start to analyze other people's ideas, and I start to make decisions like, yeah, I believe in that. I don't believe in this. I'm going to help you because I believe in that. I'm going to help you because I believe in that. Or I'm going to help you because I believe in you. I don't believe in what it is that you're doing, but I believe in you, and I'm going to work with you until I help you figure out something that we can believe in together. Right? And so that's how coaching really started for me. And now when I look at things, I don't have to know your industry. I don't have to know everything about love and relationships or restaurants. I believe in my ability to, one, help you believe in you. I believe in my ability to hold you accountable. I believe in my ability to help you produce results in your lane. I don't have to know your business model to help you get results. So I believe in that. And because I have now, like David said, I've started with small incremental milestones that I was able to measure, produce a win from. A win helps you believe harder the next time around, and the next time and the next time. It's like playing on a sports team. If you are undefeated for the season and you're going into the championship game, you believe. Even if you don't win, even if this other team is undefeated as well, you still believe that you're going to produce the result. You still believe that you're going to win. So I think when it comes to belief, if people are struggling to really believe in themselves, first, really authentically ask yourself, am I in my lane? Am I in my lane, or am I in a lane that looked good on somebody else? And maybe I don't know if I'm in my lane. So now let me do, there's some strategies that we won't get into here, but you guys you can text me, you can DM me. There are some strategies that will help you discover what your lane should be, because sometimes people authentically think that they're operating in their lane and they're not. Think about all the kids who go to college for marketing degree, accounting degree, finance degree, because they think they're operating in their lane, and then they graduate and they're like, what is this? This isn't my lane. Yeah. And then you got to figure it out what that lane is. So belief comes with you authentically operating in your zone of genius or your zone of interest, whatever it is at this time, getting a small win, and then believe a little bigger, and then get another win, and then challenge yourself to believe just a little bit bigger. And you keep going until now your dreams are so big, but your wins are also matching those dreams, and you can believe even bigger.
I love it. I love it. All right. I think we got it. Did you have a question? Okay. One more. So we got to wrap this up.
Cool.
So quick question I want to know. When you're building your team and you have all these people showing interest in you, do you still interview these people, or you just go with that gut feeling that they give you, that they love what you're doing?
Explain it.
Like you say for David, he just wanted to come on and just help with your audio, stuff like that. Do you still interview him, or you just going off that gut feeling like, okay, he's showing interest in me, it's just, I'm gonna give him a chance? Or do you take his background, see what references?
Before you was married, if a girl be like, yo, man, you cute, what's up? Do you interview her? Do you go on a date? Or you just be like, all right, bet, let's do it. Let's get together. No, I mean, yeah, you got to find out if they can truly help you, because most people just talk you to death.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really help. Oh, I could do this. Can you?
Everybody get an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. Because your gut is attached to your emotions, right? And there's so many variables that play a role in that. How you're feeling today, what happened 15 minutes before that gut feeling, right? How good and healthy and balanced emotionally are you right now? Your gut feeling will play tricks on you based on where you are in your life. So everybody should go through a standard interview process, and then deciding to bring somebody on your team is going to be a combination of that gut feeling and that interview process. But there are certain variables that they should, or checks that they should have to check off in order to be, and if they don't check off on that box, on those boxes, your gut feeling may need to be recalibrated, right? Based on that. But yeah, everybody gets an interview. Everybody fills out an application.
Sure. All right. Good episode, man. Yeah. I learned a lot. Y'all learned a lot? Y'all good? These studio owners, they don't clap or nothing. It's
right.
Like, it's crazy.
We didn't do any work. What do we have to do? We got to tap dance?
Yeah, I don't know. Golly. All right, so we got to wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Before we do that, we got a couple sponsorship
Okay.
opportunities. Okay. So this episode is sponsored, as always, by The Morning Meetup, themorningmeetup.com, themorningmeetup.com. It's the only organization that gathers every single day to grow as an entrepreneur. It's a community of entrepreneurs. Hundreds of entrepreneurs gather on a call every single day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we go over different topics of entrepreneurship. We get to connect. We get to collab. If you are in The Morning Meetup and you live anywhere in the Atlanta area, you can actually come to the live studio audience of our recordings. It's just one of the perks of being inside the circle.
Mhm.
All kind of discounts on stuff. And our book club is absolutely amazing. So we read a chapter every single day of a book until we finish the book. Then we get onto another book. But also, so go to themorningmeetup.com and be a part of that. If you'd like to be a part of our Patreon, you get episodes early, ad-free episodes. So you don't got to worry about them ads because we got to pay bills here. But if you're a part of Patreon, I think it's patreon.com/David Never Sleeps. You can be a part of the Patreon. That would be awesome. We also have like group Discord. It's cool because in there, everybody's texting about the specific episodes. You're like, the networking is crazy. So that's awesome. What else? Content Creation Bootcamp. If y'all seen the other week, we have the Content Creation Bootcamp. And it's just absolutely amazing. It's a full day intensive on creating content. Whenever you're watching this, we probably have one coming up, but we have one coming up now at creatorsbootcamp.com. You go to creatorsbootcamp.com, 12-hour intensive. I cater breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you all, okay? And it's just learning everything you need to know about creating content, how to make money from your content, and the podcast blueprint. So if you want to text me, you can text me at 404-737-4935. Text me. I'll give you updates and all that kind of stuff. So that's it. That's all I got.
All right. This episode is also brought to you by Six Figure EDU. It is a community where I train and develop coaches, consultants, thought leaders, and people with expert level information on how to not only build out your program, but run it like a business and not a hobby. Very, very important. Your courses, it's a business. Your coaching, your consulting, it's a business. I teach you how to do that and grow to six figures. You can get more information about that at sixfigureedu.com. Again, that's sixfigureedu.com. And then also, for my struggling entrepreneurs or my entrepreneurs who are struggling on social media, you don't know what to post. You don't know when to post it. You don't know how to connect with your audience, get engagement. I have a group called Post to Paid.
Post to Paid. I'm doing ad-libs today.
Post to Paid.
You know what I'm saying?
Where I will personally send you 3 text messages every single day, 7 days of the week. To your phone with an idea or actual copy and paste text message for you to increase your engagement, increase your visibility, connect with your audience, and increase your sales. This is ideal for service-based businesses, not so much for like hair extensions and, t-shirt lines and things like that. Service-based businesses. You can enroll in that by sending me a text to 404-737-2767. And if you don't know what you need, I'm looking at you guys, I need something, I need coaching, I need direction. Shoot me a text, 404-737-2767. Just text me the word social proof if you just don't know. If you want Post to Paid, you need the post prompts to that same number. Text me the words Post to Paid.
There it is. Listen, that has been our episode. Do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Do everybody a favor, man. Go get you some social proof. Go build something meaningful. Go become successful. But then I need you to remember how you did it, document the process, find some mentees, and come back to your community and teach other people how you did it. All right? So we are out of here. Peace.
Peace.
What if I told you for $1, I will introduce you to hundreds of entrepreneurs every single morning this week? From all across the country, you'll be able to talk to hundreds of entrepreneurs, and I'll coach you. I'll coach you for $1 this whole week, and I'll introduce you to some of my successful friends for $1 this week. Would you take part in that? Well, go to themorningmeetup.com because that's exactly what we're doing here, okay? The only organization that gathers entrepreneurs every single day for the betterment of entrepreneurship, okay? Every single day, Monday through Friday, we gather, we're growing, we're learning. We got a book club. Have you ever seen hundreds of entrepreneurs reading the same book every single chapter, every single day. We're growing together, okay? You need the environment to grow in. TheMorningMeetup.com, $1. I'm gonna give you all of this for $1. If you wanna stay, great. It's $79 a month after that. If not, no obligation. You can leave whenever you want. All right, TheMorningMeetup.com. I'll see you in the morning.